The next scar of my heart came from the war-torn country of Vietnam, and believe me, I could keep you here all day sharing some scars there. But I've chosen this last scar that I take home with me. And it's going to be tough to tell you about it, but there was a saying that us infantry guys used to repeat often, that when I die, I know I'm going to heaven because I've spent my time in hell. This next picture is of Hancil Howell. Old Hank, we used to call him. Hank was from farmland, Indiana, no bigger than Sugar Creek, probably a lot smaller than Sugar Creek. And the reason I liked Hank was his goal in life was to get through this war and to go home and to run his family's little gas station. It wasn't to go on to achieve anything but that. With Hank, is what you see is what you get. And that was his goal, get through this war and to go home and run his little gas station. I believe I can remember he said it was a Union 76 station. And now being the infantry, our chances were a little different, but we all had hope. Well, Hank finally made it to that 1 week to go. 1 week to go until he get to ride that, what we used to call the Freedom Bird. That airplane that would bring him back to the good old USA. He spent a whole year over there almost, and he's getting right in. And back then, if you had a week to go or so, they'd take you back to the rear so you could shave and clean up and get your thoughts right. Well, Hank got on that little helicopter out in the jungle, and they flew him back, and we all said our goodbyes to Hank. And it was about that time orders came down for us to join another infantry group. Now, my whole year over there was spent with like 12 guys out in the jungle, and I couldn't understand why we were getting all these infantry guys in, but they flew us down to Quezon Valley where we met these it's probably 144 guys there, and I figured there's something going on here. And then they brought some tanks and stuff, and now Quezon Valley, I think that's the name of it, it was a valley in between this like a horseshoe mountain. And for the life of me, I can't understand. Maybe it's because we had the tanks and things, but we had to go down the middle of that. We were going to go down the middle in that valley of these horseshoe mountains. And the tanks, they come rolling behind us, so give you a little bit of security. But as we marched into that valley, the enemy must have seen we have that's pretty stupid then, because they closed that back door. They closed off that horseshoe, and we were surrounded. And there was 144. And after the first day, there were probably about 75 of us left. And as we tried to get the bodies out, and they would shoot down our medevacs and our helicopters, and we had to do the best we could with these bodies and stuff. So word came that we would secure a landing area, that we could get some helicopters in. So we did that. We made a secure landing area because they were shooting down our medevacs and stuff. And word went back to headquarters that we needed more people. Supply clerks and anybody that could carry an M16 was brought out there then. And the last helicopter, here came Hank. With 4 days left, I know he didn't have to come out there. With 4 days left, he got off that last helicopter, and everybody, oh, Hank. And then his head went limp, and a sniper got him. He was 4 days from riding that Freedom Bird. But he rode a better Freedom Bird. He rode a bigger freedom bird to heaven. And I vowed every time I would go to Washington, D.C., I would not forget him. And I would take his name off that wall. Hancil Howell.